Kaizer Chiefs are definitely looking for a defensive midfielder, but it won't be Kamohelo Mokotjo. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. I'm a Khosi Football Club. And in this video, we will be talking about the two reasons why Kaizer Chiefs will not be signing Kamohelo Mokotjo, according to reports. But I will also give the third reason that wasn't mentioned in this report, which I think was also a factor in deciding against signing Mokotjo. Reason number one is the fact that Mokotjo is over the age of 30, and the Chiefs right now are currently trying to lower the average squad age because, well, abadala badala, they don't give you much going forward when it comes to building a project, because they will give you the next 3 seasons, but after that, then they are gone. And I know certain people like Khosi will say, aye, but players who are over the age of 30 are the best players. And in yesterday's video, for example, he made a comment about how Sundowns has their best players and they're over 30, and I'm sure what you're referring to Uthemba Zwane. But there are certain things about Uthemba Zwane or other players who are over 30, like Real Madrid. Ugutu Cruz is a very good player, is over 30. Benzema, Modric, they're all over 30. But those players did not arrive at Real Madrid over 30. They arrived at Real Madrid at 26, approaching their prime. So when they were at their prime, they were at Madrid. And beyond their prime, they still stayed at Madrid, and they are still good enough to stay there. So it's a different case, because right now a player who's over 30, for example, if we take Udoli and then he reaches 30, 31, 32 and he's still performing well, then we keep him. If Ukune is still the best keeper we have and it just happens to be over 30, then we keep him. But signing a player who's over 30 to bring them into Chiefs, I don't see how that is a really good idea, because it's working against the whole point that we're saying. And also, in a case of Chiefs, abadlali bethu who are experienced have not really outperformed the youngsters. Take, for example, Umtu. When Umtu comes into the field, he's the youngest in that field, and yet he will do better than what Utoli had been doing before he came in, did better than what Umshin had been doing. You have the same thing with the defensive midfielder. Before Uplom came in and played that position, they were just fumbling left and right. All the players who were put in that position were not performing really well. So what we ended up finding out with the Chiefs is that actually Ihanga is what was driving better performances rather than experience. If you're enjoying this video, please do make sure to like it so that YouTube can spread it to more people like you. Also leave a comment letting me know what you think about this whole Kamohelo Mokotjo thing. Is it a good thing, Uguti, they just let a player go like that, or do you think they made a good decision? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe. We make videos like this every single day. Now, reason number 2 is the fact that Kamohelo Mokotjo got 15 million rands per year while he was playing in MLS. Now, that salary, I don't think would change that much if he came to Chiefs. And if you divide 15 by 12, you get something like 1 point something million. But that basically means he will be costing 1 million to Chiefs. And we interview Kigwi Metro FM, he did say man is not that important. As long as the project is attractive and they're doing the things and all that stuff, So kukhona lokhu ukuthi he would be willing to take a salary cut, but at the end of the day, if you're carrying from 1.1 million rands, uzokata to how much? It's still gonna be around 650,000 at the very least if you are cutting by half or something like that. And what that does after this controversial period where we were with Uplomu and people were talking about Aibo, Utol is getting 1.4 million, Ukama is getting this much money, and yet you have good players who are not getting the money that they deserve. So I think from that angle, they also look to it. As much as they can afford to pay him the salary, it could also just raise controversies, and it's a high risk ukuthi they bring him in and he doesn't perform at that salary, and then the fans, as I said, they bring this issue up ukuthi, why are you doing us like this? Why are you letting Blom go because you wanted, let's just say 300,000, but then you sign a player who's going to earn twice as much as Blom and is going to give us half, not even half, a quarter of the time that Tuplom was going to give to Chiefs and the money that he was going to bring into Chiefs if and when it got sold in the future. So that's also a factor. And not to mention, Guti, Chiefs right now, as much as a lot of people say Chiefs in Naimali, they are just being economical, there is just a possibility which Chiefs do not have enough money to be paying all these players, because the way it looks like a budget at Chiefs is really limited at this point, and maybe perhaps the sooner we accept that, the better. I feel like at this point the salaries are just the thing that we're allocating the money towards rather than the signings, because I mean, we've been singing the song Yoguti, we're going to sign someone, we're going to sign someone, we're going to sign someone, and yet we have not done that, which basically means the money that's supposed to be buying players is now just allocated to salaries, and then we get free agents and we use that transfer budget for a wage budget. That's basically what I think is happening. You can also let me know about whether you think Chiefs really is broke or not. Kuma comments, because it's a thing that we've been debating. So I am always open to a healthy debate. So if you can convince me otherwise, do convince me otherwise. Kuma comments. Now, to this reason that I think was not counted here, but I think it is also an important reason, is the fact that Kamohelo Mokotjo has not been playing, but also he has had a lot of injuries. That might be related to age, but it's not just age. There are players who just have injury problems. There are players who are just like that. Like, they are never fit. They're always injured. And once you sign a player like that, uzoba nenkinga. Take Unabi Keita Liverpool. At this point, they only play him good second half because they know if you try and play him the whole match, he's going to get injured. And then you lose him for the next 4 weeks. And then usunenkinga. And now taking a player like Mokotjo, who, if he was signed by Chiefs, would be playing as a defensive midfielder, a position that is so vital, because a person who's playing there must have legs, must be running around, must cover a lot of ground. The physical requirements of that position are just too much, and I feel like get the player who's injury prone to that position, then he won't be available to you as much as you want him to be. This is also interesting, by the way, because now the shift for Chiefs seems like it's defensive midfielder and a striker. It's no longer about wingers and strikers, because there was the story that we were told that Chiefs are looking for a winger and a striker. And the answer to why Chiefs won't be signing a winger, and specifically Upule Modi, watch this video to hear more about that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelu Moy.